So if you're looking to move into the Bryan-College Station area, you may have questions about why is it Bryan-College Station? And what does that have anything to do with it? Well, this video, I want you to be able to watch it because I'm gonna tell you everything that most people don't want you to know about moving to Bryan-College Station. And a lot of it has to do with the street I'm on right now. So make sure you be able to stay tuned and stay to the end because I'm gonna give you everything you need to know. And if you can be able to make it to the end and all these things do not bother you, then you'll know for sure if Bryan-College Station is a good fit for you. So why do they call it Bryan-College Station? Well, Bryan and College Station is a line that goes where if you wanted to be in Texas A&M or you wanted to be in the city of Bryan, those are two different cities that are very close to each other. And so the main thing that I want you to understand is whether you want to live in Bryan or whether you want to live in College Station, I will answer some of that question. But here's the key. Most people don't move to Texas, let alone Bryan-College Station because of the weather. Because right now you can see I'm in my trench coat. And that means that it is probably below 30 degrees here. So in the month of January and February, it gets very cold in Bryan-College Station. And so if you're somebody, let's say that you move from Illinois or you move from New York or you move from areas where it's been super, super cold, the city of Bryan-College Station don't have the infrastructure to be able to help make sure that, hey, when it snows or when it get ice on the roads, salt, and the things you put on the road, they don't budget well for that to make sure that you can be able to get out the next day. So right now, we have moved from a state that had these constant weather conditions. And my wife been from Midwest in the St. Louis area, they got this weather oftentimes. And so the key thing is, if you have a family and you're someone who say, my kids have to go to school, well, they close the school down for at least 2 days because of this weather. Now, granted, I understand that you wanted the safety of your family, and I'm not saying you should not want the protection of your family. Let's just say this way, when it comes to the city of Bryan-College Station, they're not gonna be able to accommodate for the cold weathers that's gonna exist. And let's face it, you don't move to the state of Texas to be able to get cold weather. But I do want you to be aware, it's about 2 to 3 months that it's in the Bryan-College Station area that it is not fun to be a part of because you move here for the 100-degree weather. And if I have a trench coat on in January and February, that's probably the coldest season it ever will be. So let's go ahead and continue to walk in this part of town as I'll highlight a couple things for you here in a second so you can know other things you need to keep in mind. Okay, so also Texas A&M is known for its college students. And let's face it, you're not gonna move here and not encounter college students, either where they live or travel. The other reason is don't move to Bryan-College Station if you think you can be able to avoid college students. Now, face it, it's a part of that makes it the Texas A&M that it is. But what I've noticed, and a lot of this is coming from when we talk to families, when we talk to people who are coming here, they may say things like, hey, I don't want to live as close to campus, or I don't want to live in a certain proximity to certain students. You know, sometimes it can get very granular of saying like, hey, I just want to move towards more upper class and I want to stay away from more with the freshmen. So just so you know, I'm gonna give you a couple facts. So right now we are in the heart of Bryan-College Station. And actually we're gonna walk across the sidewalk because one of the things that most people don't understand is, I was saying the difference between Bryan and College Station. So this road right here is the connection between Bryan and College Station. So you see me earlier at the signs for entering into Bryan, enter to College Station. So if I was to walk in this direction, you'll be able to see a lot of the houses and apartments that are behind Texas A&M. And in a second, we'll walk towards Texas A&M. But the thing I want to keep in mind is Bryan-College Station is doing as much as they can to be able to connect the two between College Station and Bryan. And here's why. Texas A&M, when it was built and when it was developed, a lot of infrastructure, a lot of money. And as you can see, it's still a lot of things that's been put into the College Station side because the alumni and people who come back to A&M, they want to continue to see the growth. And when you have teams like in this year, the football team did it very good. They didn't make it to the playoff. Sorry, I know. We made it to the playoff. We lost first round. Very painful to talk about. But the main thing is when you're thinking about college students and you think about A&M, a lot of the infrastructure and building has actually went into Texas A&M. So you're going to see this street that I'm walking on right now. Over the next year, Bryan is at the point where they want to play catch up when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to housing. They want to give it like that, a mixed use feel, like if you go to Austin, Texas, or if you go to Dallas or some of these certain areas. And to be honest with you, in our other videos, I've highlighted this a little bit. When you look at the Midtown Bryan videos, you will be able to see some of the things they have done and things they are doing. But this street is the connecting street, and I'm on South College. So the thing that I want to hit on this is that you're going to see a lot of development that's going to happen over time. And the truth is, this is why I always like to talk to my investors. So you may not be an investor, but most people who move here and they're thinking about college students are going to make up at least 60 to 70% of the population here in the Bryan-College Station area. And so right now, most of them do stay in College Station, but as I'm walking towards the Bryan area, you'll see more college students start to come to the Bryan area because it's a lot more fun things, whether you have Legend Center, and this street connects to Midtown, and that Midtown is one, you have Pop Strokes, which is right here to the side of us. And then as you work your way down, we have things like the Legend Event Center, the Top Golf. You have new bar and grill that's going to be coming here shortly. So the reality is you won't ever be able to avoid, but Bryan is doing a very good job at increasing and improving a lot of the infrastructure so people can come here, even if you're visiting for like a tournament, like a Puma or a Nike tournament here in the Bryan area. You probably find more housing that's going to be a little bit lower in the Bryan side than College Station. And this is a great opportunity if you're kind of stay within a certain budget. And most of the people that come to our channel, they either say, I don't know whether I should stay in the Bryan or College Station. And that is what I'm wanting to aim to really help you. So if you're looking at this video and you're like, okay, I know I want to live in Bryan, I've taken time out to look at some of the videos, I always encourage you, make sure you click below, reach out to us, schedule time, whether it's email, it's text, or give us a call, because once again, my heart and goal is to be able to help you guys when it comes to living in the Bryan-College Station area. Now, if we was to turn around and now go back towards Texas A&M, you have things on the Texas A&M side where the taxes are a little bit higher. You have things on Texas A&M, it's a lot more development. So price point for College Station is going to be, give or take, a little bit higher. So let's say if you wanted to start in price point, could be as low as $300,000, sometimes even $350,000 or up. Now, as I told you, college students do make up the percentage of here in the Bryan-College Station area. So if you wanted to stay in neighborhoods that are away from the college students, you will find that on the farther inside of College Station, not in the heart where we're in right now, or on the farther end of Bryan. And so we've taken time out to do videos. So if you think about Southern Point, that's one area in the College Station area. If you also think about Midtown Reserve, these are two new construction areas, and many more, whether it's Castlegate, whether it's Brewster Point, whether it's areas, Creek Meadows, these are all family areas of College Station that you do want to be able to go to, because once again, most of the time people don't want to be as close to college students. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the college students, and to be honest with you, it gives it life. But here's another thing that you have to keep in mind: game days. Game days. One of the things about game days here in the College Station is you want to avoid certain streets at all costs. So right now, this is South College. It's not as bad, but when you go back to the University Street, mark my words, University Street is one street you want to be able to stay away from. Now, we are right around the corner from University Street, and we'll walk over here in a second so you can kind of see what the living lifestyle would look like in the off of University for a College Station. But the key thing I want to continue to remind you of is this part of the year, even though it's colder right now, you still going to have college students. You're still going to be here because school just started this month in January. So the key for me is when you're thinking about living in the Bryan-College Station area, I want to give you all the touch points. So let's go take a look at what are some things that most people don't like when they're out eating, and you're like, hey, I want to have some privacy. That's fine. You can actually have that, but you just have to know other specific spots and areas to go. So I'm gonna take you to one area and you determine if this is a spot you want to go. So let's go take a look. Okay, so right now we're in Century Square. Now, the only reason that I can see that anyone, including myself, don't like coming to Century Square, yes, it's located next to Texas A&M, and it's a lot of great things that is connected to that, but let's face it, they got paid parking to go eat. And I've had numerous of people who said, man, look, my car could get towed here, so I'm just gonna warn you now. They have people who monitor this area of Century Square. Now, we can look at some of the other good things that Century Square does have to offer, so let's go take a look at it. So Century Square is not only the connecting, I think, food spot here in Texas A&M, but it's literally the one place that when me and my wife moved here, we actually stayed right over there for a couple of weeks until we end up getting a housing situation. And so we actually would walk over here to Century Square with our kids, and they had this green space. Now, I'll tell you, if you're trying to figure out where to live, or where to move, or you're relocating to Bryan-College Station, I encourage you. I've been through this process before, and I want you to know, you need to reach out to us, book a time, book a call, because one of the hardest things to do is if you're not coming here and you're sending your family here, or you're sending your kid here, or you're sending someone here and they don't have any guidance to connect with us so that we could be able to help find you a home, find you housing that's going to be a good fit for you. So we highly, highly recommend buying, even relocating, or even selling in this area, because we do a lot of videos like this and we have good connections. So this Century Square has all the eating spots, and that's why you can imagine they're going to charge you for parking, because you have lots of different things, whether it's hot chicken, and as we come over here, you have the George. Now, the George Hotel is known for, it is a signature place where you have Mrs. Bush. She have like a book collection that makes the total of the state of Texas in different colors. Pretty cool layout, but that's located in the George. It just kind of contributes to what Texas A&M, because the Bush family did go Texas A&M, so they have their own library, they have their own street here in the Bryan-College Station area. But the George also is a place where you have a lot of the sports teams. So obviously Texas A&M is part of the SEC conference. So being a part of an SEC conference, it always gives vibes where people could come here. That's LSU is staying here, or Auburn is staying here, Arkansas is staying here. Now, I know you're probably not a fan of some of those things, and that's fine, but I'm just giving you hints up that this is probably where you're gonna find most people staying, and in the George Hotel. But all the eating spots is super fun, and one of the things that I like about this area is during the summer, this green area right now is probably the life of Century Square, because they have a lot of different movie hangouts. They have a lot of different spots where they have live music here, and that's the thing I do love. So if you can get past the parking and you can get past all the things that we talked about, this here is usually the one area that everybody is always at. So if you visit here, you're gonna say, hey, let's go to Century Square. If you reach out to us, we'll actually give you what are the current incentives or places that you can be able to go here in the Bryan-College Station area. So this green spot is definitely the place to be. The cool thing I do love about being in the heart of Century Square is just some of the memories and everything you can make. So with that being said, I want to make sure before we wrap up this video is that you've got all your questions answered. So we opened this video talking about when you're thinking about the Bryan or College Station, well, we've highlighted only College Station, and maybe you say this is something that I want to know more about Bryan, I want to know more about College Station. I'm curious, do you even like this video? Because this is something that I want to help you see as someone who haven't been here before, give you as much outside footage so you can know what to expect as you move or locate to here at Bryan-College Station area. And so we'll continue to pick up on different areas of the neighborhood, but if you're trying to figure out like the best College Station or Bryan-College Station neighborhood, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you be able to like, comment maybe the questions you have so that I can spend time going in great depth. And if you know that this is going to be a good fit for you, me and my team can be able to assist you. I implore you to be able to reach out, call, text, or email so that I can be able to assist you in buying or relocating here in the Bryan-College Station area. Like I say, your legacy begins when your excuses end.